Alright, hello and welcome to the third strategic analysis episode. Episode 3 is all about a haven defense. And in this one, it's a matter of they're on the ground. Generally speaking, you're not concealed. In this case, I brought the Reaper along. So since she starts out in shadow, it gives me the ability to actually go do a little scouting. In this one, everybody on the ground, basically, except for your Shadowed Reaper, is already ready to go in combat, already revealed. Just a matter of you have to go and find them. You've also got the Resistance, who will take their turn trying to defend their haven. But in the end, they're only going to do so much. They're not going to take out the whole Advent group by themselves. So in this one, I particularly love having someone like the Reaper who can go ahead and scout, and then I can start moving people up. Generally, we'll want to take at least 2 in one general area so that if one misses, the other can still shoot or possibly throw out a grenade. Not too terribly worried necessarily at this point that the assassin Gurai Valinor will show up, but it doesn't hurt to, again, have someone there kind of close by to do the revive if need be. In this case, going ahead and just kind of getting everybody in the area. We've got one group of resistance fighters who are kind of hunkered down not too far from here. And so here we'll see the resistance get to fire. And these guys actually started off pretty well, doing some damage. But see, even they're in cover because at this point the 40% defense, or the plus 40 defense to high cover, or the plus 20 defense to half cover, can be very helpful when you're being fired at by Advent goons. So in this case, you've got quite a few, so your resistance section may take a little bit, but if you pay attention to what's going on here, it gives you a great idea as to where there might be some Advent that you need to worry about. Obviously, being a haven defense, you don't have to worry about lost, but in this case, it's definitely should be plenty of unkind aliens waiting to do unkind things to your resistance members. Obviously, in this one, your objective is to try to save at least 6 of 19. It's kind of a low number, but at the same time, the more you can save, the better. Just generally speaking, you don't want to be known as, oh yeah, XCOM usually gets there in time to save 1 or 2 guys. In this case, I moved up my Reaper while she was able to spot the sectoid on her way. Has no line of sight now, therefore doesn't reveal the sectoid. She isn't revealed. So I end up having to stick her on Overwatch just because really no other good place to put her. Nothing really else to do because not knowing where he might go moving. Especially now in this case, we've gotten revealed as far as running into guys. Unfortunately, Dragonova could not see him at any point and therefore take a shot being on Overwatch. Never really expected he would hop down into the building through a hole in the roof. That kind of caught me by surprise. In this case, maybe having gone ahead and put my sharpshooter Mr. Diaz here on Overwatch before running my specialist up there might have been a good idea, but then again, you get a 15 aim penalty for your Overwatch shots. So, of course, there I missed. so in hindsight, it might have been better to have went ahead and put him on Overwatch. In this case, moving the rookie Matilda up here first, leaving my Ranger the ability to fire at something that she were to reveal, or to go ahead and move up some if possible. So since he's still got to go, it's like, okay, where can we move him? Because I know there's a sectoid down that way, but I'm like, So in this case, I know there's also a sectoid over here. So I figured, as Mr. Phillips has already shown himself to be quite adept at shooting things, especially if they're in motion, I thought putting him up there kind of closer to the front, putting him on Overwatch. In this case, I'm like, well, he's the one that's most out front, most likely to be seen by the other enemies, probably taken a shot at. Went ahead and dropped the aid protocol, just to give him that little extra defense. And here goes him sprinting. He's like, oh yeah, moving target, woohoo! Gotta love that. Just mowed him down. In this case, that also revealed another one of these guys. You know, your stun lancers can move a great distance. They're also really good at messing up your other troops because of the not only shooting but hitting them with that stun lance, or for lack of a better term, you know, just does damage, can disorient. You know, it's really a big problem as far as that goes. We got resistance moving up, taking some good shots, doing a little more damage to that guy. Always good. This one's going to give his shot at it. Gotta like that. But yeah, it's very random as to exactly what the resistance will do. Obviously, they're going to try to shoot at people. Won't always hit, but then again, that's a pretty long shot, especially for, you know, what you would just assume is a standard rifle shot. You know, so I know I've got this guy to deal with. I know I've got another one hanging out in the building. So it's a matter of, okay, what's the best possible option? You know, my sniper sharpshooter can't see him from there. All my shots are kind of garbage. Little Matilda is not able to even throw a grenade at that range. And, you know, in looking at it, thinking that there is a sectoid just inside that window, it's really difficult to try to find a solid spot for Dragonova at this point that doesn't basically move her either right next to where the sectoid is, or just basically puts her out in the open for the sectoid. That spot right there might have been okay, but then again, you don't know what might come around that corner or further down because, you know, while she is currently not revealed in shadow mode, you definitely have to worry about someone walking around the corner and saying, "You look like an enemy." You know, not a great shot. Went ahead and threw it out anyway. And here, you know, again, trying to look for someplace I can go with decent cover. You know, you're very much kind of sitting there going, well, crap, what do I do? In that case, again, you know, with him being really good at shooting moving targets, I figure at this point he's kind of backing up Matilda, so I can be a little more aggressive with where I'm putting her, in the premise that if he runs out trying to use his stun lance on him, or on her, that hopefully Mr. Fatal Phillips up there will be able to get a nice shot off. So in this case, I move Matilda up, and the shot is still kind of garbage, but hey, I can really mess up some cover and do some damage. Obviously, he's got 7, so at most we're going to do 3 to 4, but, you know, wounding him, putting him out in the open, because now suddenly he's wide open. You know, if I had had somebody further up who could have then taken a shot, he would have been flanked. That gives you a nice bonus to your aim. Also gives you a, I think, plus 40 to crit. Yeah, it may not actually get a bonus to aim, but in this case, running target specialist Phillips manages to take him down anyway. Which at this point, we also know there's a sectoid somewhere, and here's a tip I'll throw out. Real pro tip. Make sure you pay attention to who's where and when they get killed. As this episode continues, I'm like, where'd that sectoid go? Well, he got nailed right there. He's laying on the ground. He even dropped stuff that I go pick up, and I was still wondering, where's that sectoid? So, in this case, we've cleared out that particular group of survivors. The resistance fighters in the area are now heading over to the second point where there's more people hunkered down. So in this case, you know, again, paying attention, you can see, okay, we got at least another guy out there. Hey, we got some damage done to him. That helps. And then she's going to again take another shot, manage another hit. And now it's back to us. So yeah, here it is sitting there, dead alien, 2 turns to go grab the loot. And I'm like, where is he? So yeah, like I said, just pay attention to where people are, especially your aliens. I'm not sure why I messed that up, but like I said, pro tip for you. In this case, a nice advanced auto loader gives me some free reloads, especially helpful on someone like the sharpshooter whose sniper rifle only has 3 rounds. At that point, suddenly you can fire 6, maybe 9 times. I think it's 2 reloads with the autoloader. So that's a long time before you would actually have to, not be able to just continue firing. Something like that might be especially helpful in an episode with Lost, where suddenly now you can fire that sniper rifle 9 times at the beginning of your mission. Again, Dragonova is still shadowed, so we'll go ahead and move her up nice and far, see what we can see. At that point, we're kind of dragging everybody else along behind, just to, start trying to catch up. Yeah, see here, I'm like, where's the alien? The dead one that's sitting right there. Epic fail. But, I decide, well, I don't see anything, so let me go ahead and just start moving up, which makes sense, given that the guy was already dead. Now, of course, here's Advent firing back. And here's where the carnage starts. Again, it's kind of a matter of how would I have gotten further faster. I had aliens to deal with. And there again, it's kind of like the last episode with the assassin showing up. You're going to lose some people. I mean, short of just some seriously bad random number generation on the Advent firing, you're going to lose some people. And the Resistance actually starts out doing some good hits, but then they kind of... It's almost like they're like, oh good, the cavalry's here, let's stop aiming. As if to say, alright, XCOM, your turn. Shot missings. And of course this one comes running down. The missings. But there again, you have no control over that. Your job is simply to take out what's near you, then proceed further. At this point, trying to figure out where's a good spot to move him, where he might not be seen by something that's out there, yet still, making progress towards getting him over there and into the fight. Because obviously, as we've learned, he's great at hitting things that are on a run, but we have to be able to see them first. So, trying to figure out where's the best place to be. I figure that should be good enough. Unlikely something would be able to shoot him from down low, so just make some distance. Yeah, take my opportunity to reload. Go ahead and just figure, okay, I should be alright on stuff going forward. Protect myself off to the right. Again, sometimes you're just stuck taking the best opportunity as opposed to a good opportunity. Trying to figure out, kind of where I can get to versus where I think those Advent that the Resistance have shot at might be hanging out. That's a shoddy generator right there. Because I know all the Resistance people were right there, hunkered down, going, where's XCOM? And so in this case, keep moving people forward. Definitely use Dragonova where possible to make some distance, see some things, but there again, you also got to be careful not to basically put her in a spot where all of a sudden they see her, she's revealed, and it's like, well, there went your shadow, and now she's getting shot. So, ooh, there's a nice cozy looking corner. Nice high cover. Get that plus 40 to my defense in case she just got seen. And then, of course, got people who are way in the back. So let's move them up.
Gotta make some distance.
And run in, and run in, and run in, and run in, and...
There we go.
See, we got the one guy that's almost dead, but still got to take care of him.
Any way, shape, form, or fashion.
Those bang sticks there, very detrimental to your people, like here.
No, Paula.
Yeah, he just lit her up with one, killed her right off. They can definitely do damage with those, not unlike with your swords. There's a very fortunate miss for us. But of course, then the Resistance is missing back. So, but then again, that's a pretty long shot. These are Resistance. These aren't trained soldiers per se. You got to appreciate how they will. She went and got into full cover behind the boxes and took her shot, even if she missed. You know, even the AI says cover is a good thing. Now here I know there's some people off that direction. Also I know I need to get him moved up. But, you know, trying to figure out where to move him, I decide, I'll come back to that.
Okay, good. You can see people. 65, 45.
Yep, so here looking at, okay, what can I do?
Don't have remote start.
Now the Reaper has this lovely thing called a Claymore. It's a nice little explosive device that you can toss out and then you can shoot. In this case, I'm like, well, I can only do 3 to 4 damage. I can't do enough to kill him, even probably with a crit. In this case, I'm going to toss that out. Now the goal here, when I placed this, was actually to blow up the car as well as the dude. In this case, the dude only had the one, so any damage was going to take him out, but I was hoping to blow up the car in order to do some serious damage to the dude over on the left who had full health. That did not work out for me in that case. You know, you can see it sparking up, so it will blow at some point, but you know, that did not go as planned. So again, you know, trying to figure out where can I get somebody, still have decent cover, either have a good shot or maybe a good overwatch. Yeah, because the problem with being there, if the guy moves over to the right, he might flank me. And these guys are not bad shots, so you don't want to just expose yourself. That plus 40% chance to crit is not something you want to be on the business end of. So here I went ahead and moved Mr. Phillips up. You know, got him now on the ledge, on the edge, so that maybe he can start doing something next round. So yeah, trying to figure out. And here, you know, I don't want to have her far enough back that someone could come around the left-hand corner, because I know there's people that way. I don't want her flanked. So here at least I'm moving her up into half cover, but she's protected kind of from the left and the right by other things. So in this case, 69% chance to hit. She completely whiffs but blows up the car, and it does. Almost kills him, which was kind of the whole goal when I threw the Claymore in the first place, but oh well. Such are things. So in this case, like, yeah, try to find a decent spot for Mr. Werner. Again, I know we still got a guy over there who can do 1 damage. It's a garbage shot to try to take, so I just go ahead and put him on Overwatch for a little hope and prayer. Yeah, I got to get this guy up where he can see things. He sure ain't going to shoot from where he's at, so nice high cover there to look at. You know, also something kind of central makes sense. So yeah, I think that's why I went ahead and just stuck him behind the cactus. A Saguaro shield, if you will. See, he moves, takes a shot but misses. Then again, it wasn't a good shot to begin with, even with him out of cover. And he comes over and kills somebody, all because we missed our shot. And of course, they're fearless, you know, they're just grown in a lab. And that right there is why I didn't want to leave Matilda hanging out way too far in the back. Because at that point, she'd have probably been flanked. In this case, we know we got at least 4 or 5 that we got to deal with. She's like, ah! Let me reload. He's also like, ah. Unfortunately, he manages enough damage to go ahead and take that one out, who happens to be standing in amongst all these poor people. Another example of nice resistance taking cover, getting a nice shot, doing that 2 damage that we need. Anything they can do to whittle them down, good for us. So with him, 4 to 6, just had to hit and did good. Because you get your height bonus, I believe, of 20 to your aim. The distance was not too long even for the shotgun, so there shouldn't have been much of an aim penalty on that. It's like, okay, 93%, because the height advantage is 20, scope is 10. I think distance is a little long, so he lost a little bit, but nice, solid, big 8 on the critical. And again, that's why I kept him up on the high ground, also with some distance, because he's not great up close. His pistol doesn't do nearly enough damage to be super useful unless I'm hitting one of these that already is down to 1 or 2 health. Again, trying to get Matilda someplace where she's not flanked, where she's got some cover. So I don't want to be somewhere, kind of wide open. And, sometimes it'd be kind of tough to figure out where you can go. Going up doesn't do me any good. Being over there. Yeah, it was quite the struggle for me to try to figure out where should I put her at this point. And then it suddenly dawned on me that, well, maybe there's one other place, but yeah, go ahead and, it's not a great shot, but didn't really feel like I could put her anywhere else better at the time. Because the problem is, 3 to 4, she's not going to kill him. But you gotta like that 6 crit, and now the plus 15 aim for everybody else who wants to shoot at him, thanks to our holo targeting. That's why I chose that for Dragonova, because I knew 1, she'd be able to fire, possibly not even lose concealment, and then 2, she has the ability to sit there and add aim bonus to people that everybody else could then try to fire at. And fortunately, he runs away. He's going to just completely nuke somebody. There again, not sure I could have killed him necessarily. Here comes this one taking down one of my armed ones, making that, that much less as far as the number of people who can help me shoot. She got like this feller here for giving it a try. And she's like, ah! But she's definitely good at getting into cover and doing pretty good with her shots. She was definitely an asset in this particular mission, as I was trying to get all my people there and do something useful. So yeah, we'll put Mr. Phillips right there next to the window, see what he can see. So of course, again, he's unable to see anything at the moment, but I have faith in his Overwatch capabilities. He's actually done pretty well, especially this mission, taking out at least 2 that were on the run. And at this point, everybody's either inside or behind the building. Having the sniper up on the elevated ground, just not going to help me a lot. So just trying to figure out a decent place to stick him so that maybe he can do something useful. At this point, I eventually noticed that, oh, there's like a bar or something in here. So, even the half cover, not too bad. Put her in the corner. She can kind of look a couple different directions, see what she can see. Go ahead and put it on Overwatch. And now, of course, Dragonova, still in shadow. Very lucky to have that at this point. Decide to go ahead and move her up to the corner to see what she can see. Hopefully not be revealed. In this case, 73% chance. He had plus 20 defense because he was in cover. But, in this case, her aim was good enough, did some damage. And, of course, got her revealed, but at this point, not really a problem. You figure you're late enough into this mission that you were lucky to have her that long. But there again, she is kind of out there on the edge, just in case the stun lancer wants to run around the corner and try to whack her. Go ahead and give her that 20 aid protocol. And then turns out one of these was a spy or a faceless. A big scary thing with 9 HP and long claws and a attack known as a big swipe. Got so unlucky there. That one actually got killed because of because of a graze, basically. It was just sad. And here we go, Mr. Phillips shooting running things as he does. That's totally why I put him on Overwatch there. Yeah, very wise of the resistance guy to get out of there, but a nice couple damage there on the faceless. Yeah, they can swipe with those arms. They can do a lot of damage. They can break cover. They're really an absolute nightmare if you have a bunch of people clustered together. So it was very important to me to try to make sure I went ahead and killed this thing this turn. But at this point I know I've got him and I've got him. So it's a matter of I can bring the slash in, 5 to 7 on a 6. Might do it, about a 66% chance if he can hit. But in the meantime, like, okay, how can I make that, sort of my last effort if need be? So he's wide open. She manages to get the 3, take him down. So at this point, I decide, well, let's make use of that lovely hollow targeting. Let Dragonova go ahead and take a shot. And that way everybody else who's going to shoot will go ahead and have the extra 15 aim. And she's already at 97% herself. And there we go. Hollow targeted. And she did 4 damage, which was fantastic thanks to the help of the resistance fighters. So we've got him down to 4. Got a couple people left who can take a shot. So go ahead and pop Warner in there. Pop Warner football. Go ahead and pop him in there. See, thanks to the plus 15, he's at 100% to shoot. No crit ability, but then again, he just, he's 3 to 5. Needs only 2. He should be able to finish that off for us. And that's how we managed the Haven Assault. Got a couple of promotions out of it, and these two actually managed to level up their bond. I don't have the facility necessary to bump that up at this point, but it'll be nice once I do. Again, with him, as far as trying to be more of a lost specialist, went ahead and went with the lightning hands because you get a free pistol shot and it doesn't cost an action. So I feel that's very much a worthwhile one if you're wanting somebody to be able to shoot several times. For instance, let's say he was firing at a lost with 4 or 5 hit points. Take the shot first with the lightning hands, then take a second shot with your rifle. And here, we brought a rookie, so she got enough for a promotion. In this case, we get a new specialist. So I think in this case, obviously aid protocol is what she gets as a squaddie, but probably spec her as instead of a battle medic as something else. So that's it as far as the tactical portion. I hope you found this useful. Please like, please subscribe, please share. I hope you join me for future episodes. And thank you.